As expected, foreclosures are spiking. Remember, folks, there are two things about this fact that you need to understand. One, we saw this coming and it will get worse. In reality, folks, we delayed foreclosures for several years during the pandemic, and we have, frankly, a big mess to clean up. That is point number one. We should all expect foreclosures to get worse. I'll give you the numbers in a minute, where they are and all of that. But second, how do you use these to take advantage of the system? Well, one thing I would do is, if you're out there and you are doing mailers, right? If you're out there and you have a mailer, maybe you're using PropStream, PropertyRadar, whatever it is, and I would start doing mailers to NODs. At least that's what they're called in California, notice of defaults. It's the early stage of foreclosures. Again, I do believe that banks and lenders are in the process of cleaning up years of junk, and you might as well take a shot at doing some mailers to NODs, notice of defaults, pre-foreclosures, probably called around the country. You don't know where the opportunities will be, but again, this would be something I would be actively marketing to if I was in growth mode. So what are we seeing in foreclosures? New foreclosure starts jumped 20% year on year. They went all the way to 36,766. They're actually up 6% month on month, so they are accelerating. Completed foreclosures are up 32% year on year. But again, folks, let's not get it twisted. This is not the GFC. The GFC, we had a historic 4%. 4% of all mortgages, 1 in 20 roughly, mortgages were in foreclosure. Today, less than 0.5%. So again, less than 0.5%. Delinquency rates in the GFC were over 12%. We are nowhere close to that today. So again, yes, foreclosures are rising. Yes, foreclosures need to rise further. Lastly, this is not the GFC. So again, let's not get it twisted. I see a comment here. I did see the emergency meeting that the New York Fed called that had the big banks coming in talking about liquidity in the money market arena. I think this is more smoke than fire. Again, the New York Bank convened an emergency Fed meeting. That always gets people's attention. Emergency Fed meeting Friday afternoon with the big banks to discuss money market liquidity concerns. Is this a sign perhaps that the system is breaking? I think this is more of the Fed just making sure they're ready to take losses in different arenas. Again, we have years of foreclosures, both in residential, commercial, lending. You've heard Jamie Dimon and Warren Buffett talk about cockroaches. I think there is a general understanding that there's a big mess to clean up. When you don't let the financial system work the way it's supposed to for a couple of years, you extend and pretend, you delay and pray, whatever you want to say. Eventually, you got to clean it up. And I think we're on the process of cleaning it up. I think it's going to be 18 to 24 months of cleanup. This is not going to be Wile E. Coyote going off a cliff where it's just straight down. But again, we got to clean up a mess. It's just, there are plenty of loans and deals that were bad deals, and we've got to go clean those up. Let's actually congratulate someone. I haven't sent these out in a while. Let's congratulate Sean. Sean, congratulations on getting your first deal, your golden ticket. Again, your card will go in the mail, I guess, tomorrow because today's Sunday. But Sean, congratulations. Folks, don't forget, I do black cards, gold cards. Gold cards for your first deal, black cards for your next deals. If I haven't sent you one in a while, please reach out to me. I will make do. I have the cards. I will send those out. Let's talk about some Fed speak, because, again, we do have a divided Fed, and it's becoming very clear who is on what side. Fed Bostic. Again, Fed Bostic is retiring and his term's up, I think, in April. On both mandates, we are not moving in the right direction. Hello, stagflation, right? This is what we've been warning about for quite a while. The Fed can't fight two battles at the same time, right? Is the unemployment rate getting worse? According to Bostic, yes. Is inflation a problem? Yes. The question I've been asking for a while is, which will they choose? And I do believe they will choose the labor market, but we shall see. Fed President Moran says, very appropriate to cut rates at the next meeting. Again, it is a mistake to let the job market get softer / weaker. Fed President Logan, not, I want to stress this, not appropriate to deliver more preemptive rate cuts. Again, I think we are seeing a Fed that is divided like I haven't seen a Fed before. And I don't think Powell is doing any kind of, trying to bring them together and get them to sing on the same page. He's like, hey, guys, go out there. Tell them what you think. So Logan is saying, no, we're not cutting. He is focused on I am focused on inflation. We have missed the 2% inflation target for 4 years now. So again, you could count Logan in the no cut camp for sure. Fed President Kashkari, the economy called for a pause in October. Fed President Kashkari, not a voting member this time, wanted a pause last month. And if you don't recall, we got a 1/4 point cut. So again, that is interesting. Let's congratulate 3 people for joining school. Remember, folks, we're trying to get to 500. Sometimes it feels like we're sinking or whatnot, because we had 3 folks join and we didn't go anywhere. That means 3 people, quit, I guess. But let's congratulate Oscar, Richard, and Jeremy. Thank you for joining. Make sure you introduce yourself, get a big warm hug from our community, and you won't regret it. We do have a lot of stuff going on next week, including jobs. We're getting jobs data. On Monday, we will have 3 Fed speeches plus a manufacturing survey. Tuesday, we'll get home builder confidence. Is it still at a record low of 37? I don't know. I think it might be slightly better, but nonetheless, still bad, still horrible. 1 Fed speech. On Wednesday, we will get housing starts and building permits plus Fed minutes. I think the Fed minutes could prove interesting on Wednesday. Basically, how did the Fed come to the decision to have a 1/4 point cut? Also, remember, we had 2 Fed dissensions. Moran wanted 50, not a 1/4, and I forget, somebody wanted a pause. I don't remember who that was, but somebody did. We are getting the jobs data on Thursday. Let's remember where we were, because again, it's been a while since we had jobs data. Last time the BLS was reported, it was positive 22,000, and the unemployment rate was 4.3. I have no idea what to expect, but I certainly expect the unemployment rate to go up. The unemployment rate not only could go to 4.4, it might go to 4.5. So this would be a very interesting report. On Thursday, we also get existing home sales. Existing home sales last month were 4.06. They're expected to be slightly better to 4.08. When we get 3 Fed speeches to wrap up Thursday. And then Friday, consumer sentiment plus 3 additional Fed speeches. Folks, I do want to let you know about something extra special we are doing for brother in arms, Dion. Dion is going to enjoy some snorkeling on the other side of the planet, and he will not be able to host his 4 p.m. Tuesday live. So we're going to do something special for him and the community. Lumberjack and I will go live Tuesday, 4 p.m. Pacific. Hope that's right. 4 p.m. Pacific on Tuesday. I've committed to Matt that I will be comfortable going upwards of 2 hours. I kind of get burned out past 2 hours. I have no idea how Dion and Matt go for 3 and 4 hours. I will be there. I will be up there for at least 2 hours. So come see us. Come say hi. We would love to interact, answer any and all questions, and we'll have a good time on Tuesday. Was talking with a friend of mine, Bo. You know, Bo's the concierge of small business lending. He talked about this on our latest episode. Just had sushi with him and his lovely wife and son. Thank you, Bo, for that. He said he has a new saying, and I thought it was kind of clever. It's get rich in 26. I thought that was pretty clever. Time to get rich in 26. Again, that's the motivation. That's the angle. So again, I just thought I would share that with you. I thought it was a lot of fun. Don't know if you saw this at the end of the week. StubHub on Thursday refused to give guidance, which is never good. Their stock took it on the chin on Thursday, down 20%. Something else I think that's becoming very obvious in the housing sector is the administration is 100% focused on reinvigorating the housing market. Unfortunately, from where I stand, they are doing exactly what I think government always does. They're focused on the easy, the sexy, and the quick, aka demand, instead of what we need, which is slow, problematic, and takes time, which is supply. So again, whether we like it or not, the game is the game. And we are likely going to see increased focus on sparking demand in the housing sector. We talked about 50-year mortgages, portability, assumptions, and I suspect first-time homebuyer programs are coming. We did get an earnings from a small home builder last week, Beazer Homes, beat top line and bottom line. Unfortunately, their backlog shrank 36%. That's exactly what home builders should be doing, right? In my opinion, given the environment we're in, home builders should only be building stuff they have sold. So you're going to see an increased focus on builders not buying land, not optioning land. They're just going to build out what they have and hope to get to the other side of this. Forget pace over profit. I read an interesting report about the top 10 cities for Gen Z. Shout out the folks in Gen Z. I did not get the full list of 10. You can go find it. Just a quick Google or ChatGPT. Here are the 5 cities, the top 5 cities for Gen Z. Number 1, Madison, Wisconsin. Number 2, Minneapolis, Minnesota. Number 3, Des Moines, Iowa. Number 4, Omaha, Nebraska. And finally, Nashville, Tennessee. All in the Midwest. Yeah, I'd call that all the Midwest. Yep, all in the Midwest. I guess actually only one more thing, since we've already talked about the New York Fed calling an emergency Friday meeting. And that was a report from the San Francisco Fed. The San Francisco Fed, Mary Daly, I believe her name is, Fed president, said that tariffs curb inflation. 150-year review of tariffs say tariffs curb, aka reduce, inflation. Unfortunately, they also increase unemployment. Now, this is something we've tried to talk about on this channel lots of times. What happens with tariffs? Step 1, demand destruction. Step 2, you have an increased inventory. Step 3, you reduce prices, disinflation, or even deflation. And then finally, you lay off workers because your margins are hit. That is what 150 years of tariffs have taught us, is you have demand destruction, you have lower prices, i.e. lower inflation, and people lose their jobs. That's what we've learned. Alrighty, folks, that's what I got for the daily financial news. Please join school. I would love to get to 500 this week so we could do something in the evening. This week I'm flying solo in Vegas. So if you want to do something in the evening, let's do it. We got Tuesday at 4 o'clock with the Lumberjack and I for our boy Dion. And finally, don't forget to look at Steadily. If you are a landlord, only landlord, sorry, homeowners, they can't help you, just landlords. They will give you a quote, see if they can help you get better coverage at a better rate. And again, lastly, let's close with a golden ticket. Sean, congratulations, Sean. Folks, take care of yourself. Happy Sunday. And again, remember, like Bo says, let's get rich in 26. Peace.